Hey guys, thanks for watching 205 Kitchen. So today we're going to continue with the holiday theme. I'm going to be making sweet potato casserole. This is one of my absolute favorites. Great recipe. Absolutely love it. So we're going to, like on the dressing episode, I told you I broke one of my cardinal rules about seasoning chicken. Well, on this one, you're going to see me break a rule about fresh versus canned. So we're going to be using canned sweet potatoes on this one. You can use regular sweet potatoes, but it just seems like it has a little bit more sweetness to it with them soaking in the syrup coming from the can. Completely up to you. If you want to use sweet potatoes, that's perfectly fine. I think it's like 3 cups of them cooked. So we're going to take 2 large cans, and whatever we have left over, you know, we'll either eat or use something else for them. But we're going to do 2 large cans. We're going to cook those down. You'll need a cup of sugar, about a teaspoon of a good vanilla, 2 large eggs, and we also, for this part, will be putting in some marshmallows. You can just measure these with your heart, okay? About a half a cup, maybe a cup of mini marshmallows. And then I'm gonna, at the very end, we're gonna make a topping for this that's using brown sugar and some other things. So I'll talk about that as we go because it's a little bit different. So this is just your basic recipe for the casserole. I'll be back in just a few. All right, so I poured our 2 cans in here. I'm just gonna let this heat up, and we're gonna get these so these are kind of softened a little bit more. And again, if you want to use real sweet potatoes, that's completely fine. It's a little bit sweeter when they've been in the syrup. So we're just gonna cook these down just a little bit, and then we'll combine it with the rest of the ingredients. Be right back. Okay, so we've heated these up. They haven't even really come to a boil yet, and they're already pretty soft, as you can see. They're really in the can. They're kind of soft too. So, if you're using real sweet potatoes, it may have to be cooked a little bit longer. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off now, and we're just gonna strain out 3 cups of these. This will be 2 cups in here. It's an old measure cup I got. I'll mash them down just a little bit. So where we're at, getting pretty close. A little bit more. I've just got a couple of extra sweet potatoes in there, and nobody's gonna fault you too much. So put them in there, and then we're gonna do 1 more cup. Couple more pieces, and I think we're good. All right. The rest we will use for something else. I'm just going to set that to the side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so with this, I'm going to go ahead and start adding things together. We're going to do half a stick of butter. You can do room temperature. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a cup of sugar, 2 eggs beaten. We're going to do about a teaspoon of vanilla. My wife gets on to me about my measuring on teaspoons, but it's got to be pretty close. And we're going to go ahead and add our marshmallows. And this really does come together pretty quick. And this just going to mix all this together. All right, be right back. All right, so we got everything mixed up. This is your consistency, just about like that. Just a tip, make sure your butter is room temperature. Don't put cold butter in there because it takes way too long. So we're gonna put this in an 8x8 pan. Scrape down the sides real well. And this is ready for the oven. Gonna mix things around. All right, be right back. Okay, now we're gonna make the topping. So the topping is 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of chopped nuts. You can use just about any nut. Pecans were on sale, so we got those. They go really good with this. About 1/2 cup of just regular all-purpose flour, And then I used 1/2 of a stick of melted butter. And we're just going to combine all this together. I'll pour the butter over it to help kind of more mixable. We're just going to mix this together really good. Makes an amazing topping for this. If you look at this, it's pretty crumbly right there. That's with 1/2 stick of butter. So I went and added, I'm going to add 1 more stick. And we'll get the texture right. We may have to add a little bit more of the other ingredients. No big deal. Just going to make it better. We get this stirred in really well. I'll be right back. So this is about the texture that you're going to want it. You don't want it to be powdery, if that makes sense. So once we get it here, this ended up taking 1 full stick of butter with these ingredients. We're just going to go ahead and start spooning it on. Okay, be right back. We'll get it covered. Just going to get it all filled in. We're going to use every bit of this. And so once we get it, set that there for a second. I'm going to try to use this knife just so I don't have to dirty up my dishes, but we're just going to get it to try to spread it out if you can. I mean, this is, you know, kind of crumbly type mixture, or not really crumbly, but try to even it out. And if it's not perfect, trust me, it'll be okay. This is going to be good. I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. You may be better at this than me, but that's going to work. That's going to cook up just fine. We're going to do 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Highly recommend putting like a pan up under this, just because you can see that's going to be kind of wobbly when you take it out. It may want to spill over or something, so get your little sheet, cookie sheet or something, and put up under it just to make it easier in the oven. Take it and out. All right, we're going to do 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and then we'll take a look at it. Back in a few. All right, so it's been almost 30 minutes. Sweet potato casserole just came out. You see it's bubbling over. That's why you use this little pan, this little cookie sheet. This is going to be absolutely delicious, I promise you. Back in a few. So we're going to let this cool. We're going to let this cool for at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes before trying to eat it. You don't want to burn your mouth on it. All right, so our sweet potato casserole finally cooled down enough to try it. It's been, like I said, about 30 minutes. Got a little flaky crust on there. Really good stuff right here. Try a bite of it. Oh man, it's so good. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching 205 Kitchen.